Hey y'all, hope y'all are doing good today. I am doing well. This is the review for Ready to Love. The people say it's season 9, episode 1, but I believe it's been way more seasons than that. Can y'all believe it? Can y'all believe we're here? So many seasons later. Y'all have been rocking with me for a long time, and I really appreciate it. I feel like I haven't had a break from Ready to Love, but I actually have had a break from Ready to Love. I foolishly decided to review Make a Move, and I should not have done that. But that was a lesson learned on my part. I should have just taken my break from Ready to Love instead of letting them fool me with a slick one. I should have just kept it moving. But we live and we learn. And now we are back, and we are back and ready to waste our time where? Fort Worth, Texas. Now, let me tell y'all something. Ready to Love, y'all got to be some of the laziest mofos I ever seen in my life. Y'all loaded them people up in the van and the cars, and they got the cameraman and the key grip together and said, you know what? We're going to leave Dallas and we're going to head down the road about 30, 45 minutes. We're going to head on to Fort Worth and see what them single people trying to do. I said, y'all lazy. Y'all couldn't even drive to Austin. Y'all couldn't even do a couple of hours to San Antonio, which, you know what, y'all didn't need to go to San Antonio. Never mind. Ain't nothing but military over there and everybody cheating. So it would have just got a whole bunch of people in trouble. Side pieces would have been on there trying to find love. It would have been a mess. It would have been a mess. Like, don't nobody give me the eye. Y'all know how military life go. Not me. Not me. But that's how it often goes. Anyway, I am going to be watching the show like scene by scene. This was the only cast photo I could find, so I'm a little intrigued by it. Is the cast much smaller this season? But I'm watching it scene by scene because it usually takes me a while to learn everybody's name. And the first 2 episodes of Ready to Love usually move pretty quickly, and there's no deeper connections until later on. So ain't no point in taking all those notes. So yeah, let's get into the show. Oh, y'all, I just broke out into a coughing fit. Okay, so I figured out what they're going to do. So they're going to do 2 mixers, 10 people on the first mixer, 10 people on the next, and they're going to start eliminating from both groups. Cool. Now, the photo that I have is just the first 10 people, apparently, the first 10 folks that was ready for a picture. Look, it ain't my job to be going and digging for all these photos. Now, I looked for the cast photo, and this is what I found. So I put it up. All right. So we get introduced to April. She's some type of physician. She's 41. She is ready to settle down. She is looking for love. She's the very first person to arrive to the mixer. Next person we have is LaRon. Now, Nephew Tyler Perry, why you got these people walking across this bridge? Now, you don't want them getting funky. That mixer is already usually pretty hot. So you already got them getting funky, walking across bridges and carrying on. But next person we meet is LaRon. LaRon is going to be a handful. LaRon is going to be a handful. I don't know what type of handful, but he's going to be a handful. LaRon says he's the problem, and he knows he's the problem. He is looking for love, but apparently he's looking in the wrong places. He don't know where else to look. Cuts to him in a room with some girls that's twerking. It was funny to me. I know I shouldn't have been laughing. Maybe I'm the problem too. But LaRon knows it's him, and he knows he needs to do better with his search because he tired of all of that. He ready to stay in the house, and settle down. I said, LaRon, if you want that kind of discipline, then you have to do it on your own. Meeting a woman is not going to magically change that in you. But moving forward. Next person we meet is, I believe, Mika. I already know how it's going to go down for Mika, honey. Soon as she walked in there and I saw that body, I was like, yeah. Yeah, Mika, I already know. They're going to be real lusty with you, but she looked great. She's an esthetician. I want to say she was 36, but that sounds wrong. But she's an esthetician. She has 2 children. They're the most important thing to her. But she's tired of showing up everywhere without a date, without being married. And I was like, I hope y'all just saying stuff because none of these are reasons to be looking for love. None of them. So she's also ready to find somebody. Next person we have is DeMonte. It's something about those kind of names I got to put extra on the DeMonte. DeMonte comes and DeMonte lets us know he's a fashionista of no uncertain terms. If you ever thought I wasn't, I definitely am. So he walked across the bridge, introduced himself to everybody, y'all. And when Mika said, as soon as she saw him, I thought she was going to say something sexy. She thought about the Nutcracker at Christmas. Good one. I think I'm gonna like her. That was a good one. DeMonte lets us know that the woman ain't gotta be stylish for him because he can do the dressing. As a matter of fact, he let Mika know you could have wore a little chain, a little necklace, and she was just like, "Oh, well, where were you when I was getting dressed this morning?" All right, now DeMonte, how do y'all feel about a man that try to dress you? I thought that I would enjoy it a lot more than I did. I used to date this guy. Actually, the last guy I dated, seriously, he dressed me a lot. He was a sneaker person, so he kind of wanted me to get into that too. And I do appreciate him because he did help me switch up my style in that area. But sometimes I'll be looking at him like, look, now I'm old. All right, now you can't just be putting me in anything now. I'm not no young girl. I'm not no teenager. Okay, I still got to make this grown woman apparel. Don't just be throwing me in any kind of outfit. Just because I got the body for it don't mean I want to walk around here with no damn crop top on and these wide leg jeans. But anyway, y'all. So, yeah, how y'all feel about a man dressing you? Because DeMonte, look, y'all, I done forgot these people names already. Okay, so next up we got Will. Will is a real estate developer. He comes in and he makes a beeline right to Mika. That's the first person that catches his eye. Talk about, you see that body? I said, yes, we do. And I knew that's what you was going to do. But Will say he the total package. He got it going on. He chocolate. He funny. He all these different things. So we'll see about him. Then William, in case the wheel messed you up, William comes right after him. Now, he's in the National Guard, but he also is a stand-up comedian. I said, we never had one of those before. I'm being facetious. We definitely had one last season. And that didn't work for his lady, but we're going to see if it worked for the ladies here. He's sitting down having a conversation with April, and April say, tell me a joke. It don't work like that. I hate when people, you're so funny, girl, tell a joke. No. The hell I look like. Anyway, next person we have is Demetrius. I think that was his name. Now, Demetrius, it's okay to let it go. And by let it go, I mean the hair at the top of your head. Just let it. Hey, I can see what it's doing. It's trying to fade on. Actually, you know what? Hold on to yours, because yours ain't that bad. It's doing that little thing in the middle, and there's hope for that. Sometimes that can grow back in with the right woman. Hey, she could take you over. She could take them follicles back to the top, baby. Anyway, he's talking to April and talking about how he does do some traveling. And when he does travel, he notices that they have large families. He's never had any children. And so he would like a large family for himself. Now, I don't remember Demetrius's age exactly, but I do think he was either 40 or inching very closely towards 40. And he says that his grandfather had 23 children. I wonder, was they by the same woman, Demetrius? And he also would like to have 2 to 10. I said, baby, what a range. April says that God has also whispered to her and knows that she will not be the one that you will be having 10 children with. You won't be getting them through me. He was like, well, maybe just 2 then. Okay. She's open to that. April actually seems like she could do 1, not 2, but I guess we'll see. I don't like when men do this. Don't wait so late in the game, especially if you want a whole bunch of kids. You got to get started. Okay, you got to go ahead and get you a good plant job straight out of high school. Straight out of high school. Get with the girl you've been dating all of high school and go and pop out by 3 by her real fast. You gotta get this train going early, not late. All right, let's see who else is coming. I ain't no good, y'all. That man's name was Dominique. I think I said it was Demetrius. Okay, Dominique was his name, the one that wanted 2 to 10 children. All right, y'all, the moment is here. The moment is here. Let me stand up. Nephew Tyler Perry come driving in. I said, you better do it, Nephew Tyler Perry. Everybody else had to walk over that bridge, but he gonna drive over that bridge. He stepped out the car. It was clean, y'all. I can't deny it. Call him Negro Valley. You better do that, Nephew Tyler Perry. Now, for all my new ones, let me go ahead and let y'all know, because I know we got some new people here. We call him Nephew Tyler Perry because just like the Tyler Perry stage plays, when Nephew Tyler Perry comes in the room, Nephew Tommy, if you will, when he comes in the room, everybody got to stand up, everybody got to clap, everybody got to make this big to-do every time Tommy comes in the room. But he don't get to be called just straight up Tyler Perry. He got to be Nephew Tyler Perry, because he's not your writer, your producer, your cameraman, your key grip, your author, and Medea. He ain't got all them titles like Tyler Perry. So we just going to call him Nephew Tyler Perry. But I ain't going to give him too much this season. I'm going to give him his props. He was sick last season, and we are glad to see... He was sick last year. I think this past year I meant. And we are glad to see him doing well. So y'all, he looking real spiffy. An uppity Negro. Anyway, so he comes in and he lets everybody know this is one of two mixers. And that kind of settles everybody's mind, because they definitely were wondering, where is everybody at? I don't think it's a bad idea, but it's kind of delaying the inevitable. I mean, one person, you're going to get to know this small group of people. The other mixer is going to get to know their small group of people. And then you're just going to throw them in together? Like, I guess it has some type of merit to it. I don't know if I really like it, but at least it kind of slows down the pace and you get to know the group that you're with more intimately. But when do you get to know the other group more intimately, if that makes sense? But okay, fine. It's like it's given second day of school. Like, everybody's clicked up already. But we have a few more conversations that happen. But one of the main conversations is, where is Glenn? We cut to Glenn in his confessional scene saying, my name is Glenn, and I'd like to start over. I said, oh no, Glenn. I mean, this is just the beginning, baby. Glenn is 41. He's a teacher. He is getting cold feet. I was trying to figure out if he was pulling a Shy Brother. Y'all know what the Shy Brother on 5 Heartbeats? Are you pulling that one, Glenn? You want the ladies to feel sorry for you? I don't know. But somebody in the production team said, do you want a shot? I said, not y'all a bunch of alcoholics on there. But he's nervous. He said the whole world is watching. Glenn, baby, the whole world not watching. Okay, just a couple of us that watch Ready to Love. If that help ease your mind any. But yes, this is on a network show. So yeah, okay, I can see what you mean. But we don't see Glenn, and Nephew Tyler Perry got to give him a call to see if he's going to be coming out with us. So we'll see the updates on that very soon. In the meantime, we do meet a girl named Alexis. I want to say she was 32. She's an operations manager, and she's out there looking for whatever's going to tickle her pickle. She don't care if you're light-skinned, dark-skinned. It don't matter. As long as she like you, she likes her guys more clean cut. So she had a pretty good conversation with DeMonte. DeMonte is letting most of the ladies know that he do get his fashions on. He also has 35 tattoos. Why I can remember that before I remember people's names, I don't know. And when asked about one of the tattoos, he don't have no explanation for it. He actually doesn't even remember why he got that one. And so that conversation is a bust. We have Coach, is it Cochet? Anyway, she's 35. She's in real estate as well. She said that she was taught to be a mother and a wife first, and career came second after that. She is really looking forward to meeting somebody. She really wants to meet somebody. She gets engaged in a conversation with Dominique. And let me tell you something, Dominique. I understand you want 2 to 10, but you ain't going to get to go around just trying to see what everybody womb's hitting on around here. Now, I told you should have got this party started early, straight out of high school. But he said that he's asking her if she would be willing to have one more. And she was just like, I don't know. I'm 35. And he was like, oh, you still a baby. She's like, my egg's not. So that was kind of funny. But her children are teenagers, and I don't blame her for not wanting to start all over. But she would like to have one child with her husband. So perhaps she is open to the idea. We find out that April is a pharmacist. That's what her kind of doctor she is. She is a pharmacist. So she tells everybody she sells drugs, but she sells them legally. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Did I already tell you we met William? Yeah, we met William already. And I believe there is a few more people to meet because I saw some faces. So yeah, let's just see what's up next. Okay, so we have a little connection going on with Alexis and Will. They're talking Netflix and booty rubs, but also throw a little bit of God in there as well. But he said he is ready. He ready for somebody. He asked Akeisha, but can you cook though? Now I think that Will was expecting Alexis to be like, yeah, I can cook, baby. I get down on some food. But what she let him know instead was, I can cook, but I mostly eat clean because I have a condition. And you can tell right there the fun left his eyes. But he didn't get up and leave, or he wasn't rude or anything like that. But she lets us know she has a condition called a hydrocortisone sativa, something like that. But we call it HS. And I'm not really sure what all it involves. She said that her body does not release sweat appropriately. That's part of it. And she had all the sweat glands in her armpits removed. But she got through it. Glory be to God. I never heard of such a thing. And what do y'all think about revealing certain things like upon first meeting people? Like, how deep do you go when you first meet somebody? But okay, that's what she chose to let Will know. And Will was like, dang, I feel like I want to pray for her. I hope she gonna be all right. Then we moved to is her name Koshia? Koshi? I need to hear her pronounce it. But anyway, she's having a conversation with LeBron, and LeBron is making her laugh, and he's the first guy to be able to do that during the mixer. And she's leaning in and talking to him, and she say that she's intrigued by him, but I say no. I say no. LeBron is telling her he ready for a wife, and she asks him what kind of things he like to do. He say he like to travel, he like to drink, and he looking for somebody he can travel and drink with. LeBron, she too much woman for him, and I don't mean in size or stature. I mean in maturity, confidence, all of that. I think she'll be teaching him a lot of things, and that will eventually, unless she in it to be a nurturing figure to him, I don't think it's gonna work. And it don't have nothing to do with their ages. LeBron is just, I don't think LeBron, he's not giving me ready for a wife, is giving ready for maybe a long-term girlfriend and, a situationship at the worst. But he ain't ready for her. I can tell you that, because she is a grown woman. And she was like, you see how I'm leaning into you? It's because you have your guard up. And I said, she gonna get to pulling them psychology books out on you, LeBron. You gonna be drunk by the end of the mixer. I can already see it in your eyes. All right, y'all. So I went ahead and watched the rest of it. And I'm going to go ahead and try to finish the review because I'm about to head out for the night. So I need to get dressed. Okay, so we left off with LeBron and Koshi. Y'all know it take me a long time to get these names right. We leave off with them. And then after that, they played this game. And during the game, the fellas are competing to see who is going to be safe from elimination. So this game is all about who paid attention to the ladies when they were talking. So all you ADHD warriors, if you zoned out in your mind while somebody was talking, you are not going to win this game. So they play the game, and who ends up winning is Dominique. Y'all know I was about to call him Demetrius again. He ends up winning the game, so good for him. William ends up doing terrible, and was it Will too? I know William for sure ends up doing really bad. I think he only got 2 right. So they're like, was he even paying attention? So after this, there's more conversation that goes on, more getting to know you. Some things that stood out during the conversations. April and DeMonte had a conversation. April's not really impressed with DeMonte's building blocks that he's still doing. He's talking about things like working on his credit and just getting his stability, I guess, together. Not stability, but like financial stuff that you do, the stuff you kind of clean up before you trying to get a house, stuff like that. And she just feels like they're at the age where those kind of things should still kind of be together already. Like, I don't really want to be with somebody who's still getting that stuff together, because then you may not be able to enjoy life the way that I'm ready to enjoy life. And I get it. That's fair. Another thing that comes up, Kiyoshi. purple dress. And Will have a conversation. I would be interested to know where Will is from originally. He's giving me Atlanta vibes. Like the way that he speaks reminds me of guys from Atlanta, but he might just be from like, you know, a certain part of Dallas or a certain part of Houston. But just the way he speaks reminds me of something. They don't really hit it off that well. She doesn't really like his energy and his vibe when she's telling him that she was married and found out her husband had 4 children. And I just want to go ahead and interject something about Kiyoshe, purple dress. She comes off as very matronly, very much white, very much cook, clean, all of those things, submission. But I have a feeling that she doesn't choose well. And I also feel like she's a wild card. Like, I feel like this that she's giving us is like a faux femininity. There are a lot of women, and I could be wrong about this. I would love to be wrong. But there's a lot of women who they understand what it takes to appear feminine to a man. And so they fulfill certain gender roles, and gender roles does not equate to femininity. So then when they come out the bag on you, you like, where my soft, submissive woman at? Who is this? She was never that woman. She was always cosplaying femininity so that she could get you. And I find a lot of men get caught in that trick bag. She cooking, she cleaning, she ain't giving it up too soon. She doing all of the right things, but that's just a role that she's playing. But her energy and what she carries is not feminine at all. And the fact that she likes LaRon tells me a little bit more about that, because LaRon, to me, strikes me as the type of man who wants his woman to take the lead. That's just what I'm getting. I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm seeing. So I just wanted to add that tidbit in about her, but we'll see how it goes. Then trying to get all the conversations together, child. William has 3 children. Alexis, I feel like Alexis kept it real with him in a very respectful manner. She ain't turn up her nose like, ooh, 2 baby mom. Like, she didn't do all of that. She just said, things can change, but I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to be real. 2 children is a lot. It is a lot when you don't have any, right? It would be different if Alexis didn't plan to have any children, but she would like to have her own children. And yeah, that is a lot. And then you're in the Guard, and then you have a non-traditional job. So is your money tied up? Like, how much of your money is tied up into these 3 children? I mean, these are things that you do have to think about. I'm in the Guard, child. I know how much the Guard pay. So I know how all of this goes. You can get some really good benefits, but pay might be something different. And, I could tell that William, he wasn't hitting it out the park with some of the ladies. I'll just say that. And neither was Will. Okay, so the Williams and the Wills was having a little bit of a hard time. So when the ladies do get together, I'm pretty sure I forgot somebody's interaction. I know I did. When the ladies get back together, LaRon comes up as a favorite for purple dress. Will is, I believe, a favorite for Alexis. Who else comes up? Dominique comes up as a favorite for Mika. So there are some guys that they like. There are some guys that are putting their best foot forward. But then in the bottom also is LaRon. And that's when I'm telling y'all, mark my words, purple dress going to show us something different. She was like, when she said LaRon, I was going to take my earrings off and come. And that's who she is. I know I felt something in the pit of my stomach when she did it. I was like, Alexis said that she doesn't really trust a man who don't have a beard. She was talking about William, and she didn't like that he had on tennis shoes. I really would like to know if Alexis is a Virgo or some type of sign that cares about it, like a Libra, a Leo, something like that, because I too like a very clean cut man. I wouldn't have been mad about the sneakers, but I did understand what she was like. You got to come how you want to. You got to come dressed like how you want to appear to somebody. So I get what she said, but Alexis, it ain't no job interview now. But yeah, sneakers might not have been okay for the occasion. Child, I don't know. Everybody in there, some of y'all had on club clothes. So who's to say? Who else? DeMonte also comes up as kind of being all over the place. They talk about William, and not only does he have a non-traditional job, but it doesn't sound like William, when he was talking about that whole, I want to teach women of color how to shoot and all this stuff. I don't doubt that he can do it. I just feel like that was something that he was saying in the moment. It was given, this is what I want to be when I grow up. And as a fellow late bloomer, I understand how that gives off red flags. I think I will say, I don't have no proof of this because I don't talk to this guy anymore. But I wish we still were in conversation, because I was like 28, or maybe a little bit younger, 27. And I had just quit my job. Like, I just was tired and I had quit. And I really do think, there was this guy I was talking to at the time, I really do think that turned him off. I think he felt like I wasn't focused, I wasn't driven enough. And he was just like, what are you going to do? Like, I mean, what's your plan? What's your next step? And he was a little bit older than me. So I can understand how when somebody, especially when you get of a certain age and you still kind of talking like you figuring it out, there's nothing wrong with it. But I can understand how somebody who's looking for a relationship would be like, I don't know if I want to deal with you because I'm on a different trajectory. So I get it. And his conversation was kind of given, let me just say something that sounds good. It did sound like that. So in the end, who ends up getting eliminated is DeMonte. DeMonte, it's time for him to go home. And he was like, I got all this going for me. Can you believe it? And I had to go home. Yes, fashionista, you going home. I didn't think they were going to do it episode 1, especially since Glenn didn't even show up. I feel like we should get a freebie because Glenn didn't come, but hey, you guys know how it goes. We've been telling them for years, don't eliminate people on the first episode. They don't listen to us. I'm still waiting on them to come to Greensboro, child. I'm still waiting on them to go to Columbia, South Carolina. It's a whole bunch of black people out there looking for love. Columbia, South Carolina is one of the blackest places I've ever been in my entire life, ironically. But what did you guys think about the show? I think I liked everybody. I didn't really get too many glaring red flags. I wasn't getting podcast microphones. I wasn't getting any of that. So either they getting better at hiding it or it's just not existing within the group. Now, will they waste our time? Sure. But I think I might enjoy these people wasting my time. They seem cool. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next one. Bye.